What is going on, guys? Today I'm doing a review of the LG Ultragear. I'm gonna go over the pros and the cons, and then I'm gonna give you some of my own real life experience that I've had with this monitor. And if at any point you guys wanna check this product out, I'll have an Amazon link below. But let's jump right into it. Now, recently LG has been killing it with all of the monitors they've been producing. This thing is no exception. This is the LG Ultragear. Now, they have different sizes and different styles of this one, but this one is the best for your money. It's a little over $350, but jumping right into the pros, this is a 27-inch IPS panel. The screen size is great and the colors are amazing because this is an IPS panel. IPS, or in-plane switching, is probably the best for price and performance quality. Now, this one is super color accurate. This one has a 99% sRGB color gamut, which is really good, especially for a gaming monitor, which a lot of them are not very color accurate. And the other thing is the insane brightness with this monitor. Many gaming monitors, if not most gaming monitors, especially in this price range or a little bit below, have horrible brightness. This thing is crazy bright. It's even brighter than the panel that came on my $2,000 Razer laptop. Now, the next pro is it's 144 Hertz, which is a big deal for an IPS panel. You can get a lot of very cheap 144 Hertz panels, but they are TN panels, which means terrible color accuracy, horrible brightness, horrible viewing angle. That's where the IPS is different from the TN panel, and that's why it's so much better. So it's a whole lot crazier to put 144 Hertz in an IPS panel like this. And as well as 144 Hertz, it has a 1 millisecond response time, which is also crazy for an IPS panel. Again, most of the crazy fast response times are in TN panels. This one's an IPS. Now, as far as resolution, this is a 1440p panel. Now, in my opinion, in a 27-inch monitor, 1440p is a perfect resolution. 1080p at this size just doesn't have the resolution. Things are a little bit fuzzy, and it's not good for a screen this big. 1440p, however, is very crisp, and everything looks extremely clear. And 4K in a 27-inch monitor is overboard. You can't see all those pixels, and it's gonna exponentially increase the price. As well, for a gaming monitor, it takes a ton of power to actually 4K game. So it really doesn't make any sense to put a 4K panel inside of here, and as well, it probably wouldn't be 144 Hertz. It probably wouldn't be a fast response time. So this is the sweet spot for resolution. Now, another really cool thing that this thing packs into it is G-Sync. So if you have a GeForce graphics card, a GTX, or an RTX, this monitor can utilize that. And another cool thing this packs inside of it is HDR10. So if you have HDR10 enabled content, this thing can utilize that. So the next pro is build quality and quality control. LG has really good quality control. I looked all over the web to try to find someone that had a lemon or a dud, and there were a few people every now and then, but comparatively to competitors, this thing almost has no lemons or duds, whereas a lot of other ones will have dead pixels in them, backlight bleed, or sometimes they're just cracked when they get shipped to you. LG has really good quality control. Now, moving on to the build quality, it's really, really good. It also has a lot of really cool accents on it. So on the sides as well as the top, it has that infinity display, so basically not much of a bezel. And then on the bottom, it has a bezel, but it doesn't really look bad, and I kind of like it. And then it has this really cool V-shaped stand with a cylinder coming off of the back. And on the back of a monitor, it has this crazy cool red circle around it. It looks really awesome. And to me, that actually looked like a speaker. You can see little holes going through that, but it's actually not a speaker. So if you do want speakers, you are going to have to buy those separately. However, in this price range, we don't expect that. But this thing has tilt adjust, vertical adjust, and it even rotates, so you can even view it in portrait mode if you want to put 3 of these monitors together, if you're completely loaded, or if you're a photographer and you want to edit portraits. This thing's really cool for that, and it's just awesome that it has that customizability inside of it. And as well, with moving it, everything is so easy to use. To actually adjust all of those things, all you do is just turn the monitor, and to adjust the height of the monitor, you just pull down or up on the back of the base, and you don't have to use a lot of pressure. That's what was so crazy to me. They obviously use some sort of hydraulic inside of that makes it super easy to pull up or down. It takes like almost no effort at all. I could use my pinky and push it up. Now, the next pro is it comes with a DisplayPort cable and an HDMI cable. And that's just a nice thing that they don't cheap out on and don't include in the box. They could have easily not given you that, but they decided to give you that, and that's a testament to LG and their quality. Now, to the controls and the menu in the actual monitor. It has a knob on the bottom of the monitor, and I thought it would be kind of hard to just navigate with one knob, but it's actually fairly easy how the menu's set up. You can adjust a lot of the things through this, but one of my favorite things is you can adjust the color profile, which affects brightness and all that stuff. Now, you can customize those however you want, but you can use these presets. So they have different sets for RTS, an oversaturated HDR one, which I absolutely love, a ton of different color profiles, and they're just really cool to mess around around with. They also have an sRGB one, so if you're editing photos or videos or doing something that you really need color accuracy, it'll adjust brightness and all the color on the screen to match 100% sRGB. Now as well, the last pro is that it actually has vase mount capability, so if you do want to mount this on the wall, you're good to go for that. Now this monitor packs a ton into it for the price. You basically get everything you need in a monitor in this monitor. If you want bigger, they do make an ultra wide version of this, both a 34-inch ultra wide and a 38-inch ultra wide, but this one is definitely the best bang for your buck. If you guys want to check this out, I have an Amazon link below so you can check out all the specifications for yourself. But now we're going to move into the cons. Now I have to tell you, this is my actual monitor. I bought this. I'm using this as my daily driver. I use it every day, and I actually bought it for me. Now there's a couple of cons. They're not deal breakers for me, but they might be for you. So the first con is 144 hertz. This thing does output 144 hertz. However, it's only when the monitor is at 1080p. That's not an issue for me because when I'm gaming, I only do it at 1080p and that doesn't really bother me. However, you still get 100 hertz at 1440p, which I have actually done some 2K gaming, and it doesn't actually look that different from the 1440. It's still way smoother than a normal 60 hertz panel. Now, the reason this wasn't a deal breaker for me is for the money, you're getting a super bright, color accurate display that still has 144 hertz at 1080p. I really enjoyed that, and so when I'm not gaming in 1080p, I'm still using 100 hertz at 1440p, and I like that. It's still smooth to me, and I honestly can't see a huge difference. There is a difference, but it's not huge. So unless you're a very competitive CSGO player that wants to play in 2K, I don't think this is gonna be an issue for you. But if you're someone that needs 144 hertz at 2K, this monitor probably isn't the one for you. Now, another little nitpicky con, but it did kind of irritate me, is when you actually put the stand together, there's only two parts to it. You screw in the V stand to the actual cylinder, and then you clip that into the actual back of the monitor. But to screw in the V part to the actual cylinder, they have it a flathead screw, so you could use a flathead screwdriver to screw that in, but they also have this hand crank thing for you, and it's really flimsy, and there's no point to even add it. They should have just kept it without it, because in the beginning, I thought they put it there so you just needed to hand tighten it. However, I hand tightened it in the beginning and it was kind of wobbling around, so you actually need to use a flathead screwdriver when installing this. And I'm a strong guy and I screw that thing in tight. However, you can't screw it in that tight because it's very this flimsy metal. I don't even know why they did it. However, that's a very small thing and that shouldn't be a deal breaker for anyone because you only do this once. Now, the next and last con is not a con about the whole products. It's just how they ship it. It's just interesting, but I did want to mention this in case you guys buy this monitor. When it ships to you, it's going to be shipped in the first preset color. Now, this means it's going to be at half brightness. So when I opened it up and I started using it, I was like, wow, this is really good. And then later on, I found the color profiles and I changed it and I realized that it was only at 50% brightness the whole time, which blew my mind because I thought like, oh, pretty good monitor. Then I turned the brightness up, but I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So definitely if you get this monitor, go into the settings and change the color profiles right away. It's not hard, they have all presets, it's really easy, or just turn the brightness up because I didn't see that for a while and it was kind of irritating after I saw it. I was like, why wouldn't you just ship it looking the best? But that is my review of the 27-inch LG Ultragear. This is by far my favorite monitor that I've ever used, especially for the price and everything that this gives you. If you have the same priorities as me in a monitor, this thing's gonna be great for you. Again, there's an Amazon link below if you guys wanna check out the specifications yourself. But if you enjoyed my video and it helped you out, help me out and throw a like below. But I'll see you guys later. Loss out.